What's up guys, Pete here from Gaming Careers, and in today's video we're looking at some brand new streaming tech. Now Elgato, the company behind the incredibly popular Stream Deck and Stream Deck Mini, have today released two new versions of their Stream Deck, the Stream Deck XL and Stream Deck Mobile. I've been lucky enough to have been able to use and test both of these over the last couple of weeks, and we'll be breaking down my thoughts and everything you need to know about them in this video. For those of you that are unaware, the Stream Deck and the Stream Deck Mini are USB controllers with individually customizable keys that allow you to easily control your favorite tools and platforms, making things like changing scenes, launching media, switching camera angles, tweaking lighting, adjusting audio, posting tweets. Really, the possibilities are endless as to what you can now control with a Stream Deck. With the immense growth in popularity that streaming has had over the last year, it's not surprising that Elgato has broadened its Stream Deck lineup by adding a product at either end of the pricing spectrum, a massive 32-key variant called the XL and a new 15-key mobile app. Let's start with the XL. I think probably many people predicted that Elgato would one day release a large Stream Deck just due to the number of streamers and creators who are purchasing two or more of the original Stream Decks just so that they could have more actions at their fingertips. The button layout on the XL is 8 wide and 4 high, giving you a whopping 32 keys to customize and control. In comparison, the original Stream Deck has 15 keys and the Stream Deck Mini has 6. In the box, you'll also get a magnetic stand, a USB-C to USB-A cable, and a quick start guide. The unit itself is quite large. It measures in at 182mm by 112 and 34mm deep. There's a new non-slip magnetic stand which makes it easy to prop the XL up at an angle as it locks into place using some magnets. But it also caters for those of you that don't want to use a stand, prefer to have your Stream Deck lying flat at a similar angle to your keyboard. This is different from both previous versions, as the original Stream Deck had an adjustable stand that allowed for a few different angles of stance, and the Mini came without an adjustable or removable stand at all. Another new thing is the detachable braided cable. It was not included in the previous versions. Both the Stream Deck and the Mini had fixed plastic cables, which caused some issues for users that wanted to have their PCs further away from their desk, or maybe their Stream Deck on the opposite side of their desk to their PC, as the cable length was set. With the XL, you get a roughly 5 foot or 150cm cable, which is USB-C to USB-A, so if you do ever need something longer, you could just buy a different cable and use that. Although there isn't technically any new functionality that has been released with the Stream Deck XL, there have been a lot of software updates since the last video which I did last year on the Stream Deck Mini. These things are no longer just built for and used by streamers. Music producers, artists, editors, content creators, people from all kinds of creative industries are now using the Stream Deck as part of their workflow. Elgato has even opened up an SDK allowing external developers to build integrations for the Stream Deck, so the amount of applications you can now control is incredible. Before we get into the pricing and availability, let's take a quick look at Stream Deck Mobile. So Stream Deck Mobile, it's an app that brings all of the features of a Stream Deck to your iPhone. It has 15 customizable buttons, so the same as the original Stream Deck, and it connects to your PC wirelessly over Wi-Fi. Similar apps to this have existed for a little while. In particular, I've talked about the Streamlabs OBS remote control app in a video before, which allows you to control some of the scenes and sources and audio and things like that for Streamlabs OBS. But I haven't seen any apps that have the same level of functionality as this one. You can literally do anything that you can do on a physical Stream Deck with Stream Deck Mobile. One of my first concerns when I heard about the app was that it would feel quite finicky to use since you're pressing on a screen rather on a physical button, and that's something I've definitely felt when using these other apps that are available. But it seems like Elgato has also thought about that and have integrated a very slight haptic feedback along with the visual feedback to let you know that you've pressed a button. Now the app is currently for iOS only, and there's been no announcement about an Android version, which is obviously a bit of a shame, especially for you Android users. Hopefully, if Stream Deck Mobile does really well on the App Store, Elgato will consider building it for Android as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this now builds out the Stream Deck family to 4 products. You have the original Stream Deck, which usually retails for about $149. You have the Stream Deck Mini, which is usually about $99, and then you have the 2 new ones. So the Stream Deck XL is going to be retailing for just under $250, and the Stream Deck Mobile is based on a subscription model coming in at $299 per month or $24.99 for a full year of use. So $250 for the XL is certainly not cheap. It's a real investment, and it's probably out of budget for a lot of streamers out there. I think Elgato has probably built this more for the partner level streamers, people who are already making some money through their stream from subs and donations, and were maybe considering getting 2 individual Stream Decks just to have more functionality at their fingertips anyway. If you were to get 2 Stream Decks, that would set you back just shy of $300 for 30 keys. So I think the pricing of $250 for 32 keys does make sense based on the rest of their lineup. The nice thing about having multiple options now in the Stream Deck family is if an option is out of budget, you can always just step down to the one below it, all the way down to now a mobile app, which is just $25 a year for all of that same functionality and control. In terms of availability, the new Stream Deck XL is available through Amazon in all of the usual Amazon stores where Elgato products were sold. So if you use the link at the top of the description, it should take you through to your local Amazon store where hopefully the Stream Deck XL is in stock for you to purchase if you'd like to. Also, whenever I feature a clip of my Stream Deck, I always get asked the question as to where I got my icons from. Of course, it's from our friends over at Nerd or Die, so I'll leave a link again near the top of the description to a massive pack. I think it's nearly 200 different icons that you can download now for free for your Stream Deck. So as always, when a new product comes out for the streaming market, I really want to hear what you guys have to say about these 2 new Stream Deck options. Does the Stream Deck XL appeal to you guys? Massive 32 key variant, but obviously quite a high price point as well. And now that there's a mobile version that comes in at really low price point of $25 for a year, are any of you going to be picking that up and using that to improve the quality of your streams? Let me know what you guys think. I'm always keen to hear other opinions, especially on a brand new product that's just come out. A massive thanks as always to the Gaming Careers patrons this month, people that keep the channel running, allowing me to do this as my full-time job and keep creating these tutorials and reviews and guides for you guys. So a massive thanks to them, and subscribers, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.